Good morning. All right. Time for more testing today. So let's see. Um, Hang on. Let me check the stream, make sure it's going. I got some weird error. Bogus error. Whatever. Let's go. All right. Let me just move my windows around. All right. So yesterday, the big issue we had some weird blocking assignment issues, and I fixed that yesterday and today. Here's some of my testing. So you won't be able to see it. I forgot that my little show block targets button, that's a debug tool. And when I built it, I always forget to turn on the debug tools for the builds. So yeah, I have to build it and transfer it over to my streaming PC because I develop on a really old kind of junky Surface. It's like a Surface 3 or something like that, which is great for development because it's so little I can bring it anywhere, and I can develop, you know, find a little table somewhere and I can work. But it's terrible for streaming, so I have to transfer it over. I have to build and transfer over, and then I often forget to send files over. Uh, turn on development tools, things like that. So I think one of these days I'm just gonna get a PC that I can develop and stream on. That would be so much nicer. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about that. But anyway, so this was one of the formations that was giving us a huge amount of problems, and specifically stretching the run out was causing these wide receivers mostly to just have some really bizarre pre-snap blocking reads. And I tracked down what the issue was. It wasn't a bug or anything like that. There's just a poor logic I had set up in there. I remember as I was going through it, looking at the code, I was thinking, what the heck was I thinking? Why was I doing this? This makes no sense. And after a while, I remembered what I was doing is I was so focused on getting holes to open up in running lanes inside that I started experimenting with double team blocks. And my thought process was like, say we were running it right here in this gap, that the center and this guard would double team this guy and push him off the line, and then that would create that running lane. Um, it it didn't work very well, first of all, um, because my problem wasn't that I couldn't push defenders hard enough. My problem was I couldn't push defenders sideways. And the other problem is slippery defenders. Defenders are just so fast and so agile they can get around the blocks really easily. So double teaming a guy doesn't really address that. But my pre-snap block logic um, was it was set up for double teams. So back to the receivers. Part of the reason they were broken is because they were effectively trying to double team block guys based on the steps that they take to try to figure out who their pre-snap block target is going to be. So like if the run is over here, they may try to double team this guy, and that was something we saw where two receivers were trying to block a guy. But my movement logic doesn't take into account double teams. So one guy would be blocking, but the second guy would see that as a potential collision with his own guy, and avoid collisions is really heavily factored into movement logic. So what he would see is, oh, okay, my player is in my way. I'm not going to go run into him. I'm just going to hang back and wait. And okay, that player moves on. Now I can move up and make this block. So my movement logic didn't fit with my block logic for double team blocking. Um, and I thought about it, and I monkeyed with it a little bit to see if I wanted it to work, and then I just kind of I thought about it more. And when I was talking to back when I was talking to all the football coaches, I brought up double teaming, and one of the coaches had he kind of thought, he's like, double teaming, yeah, you do it, but you try not to. It's just um, he didn't seem to really love it, especially when I was explaining what my game was, and my game is like it's all about matchups and things like that. He said I would much rather, you know, everybody find a guy, single team, just block him up, and you get what you get. So that's the strategy I'm going with here. Is I'm most there may be some situations where you guys are going to double team block, but that's going to be an open field blocking most likely. Um, I'm going back to you know one-on-one matchup style blocking. So with that, that means receivers now are gonna they do a much better job of finding a guy to block. And a lot of times, like on a play like this, it's going to be guys downfield. It'll be the second level guys. That also is giving like tight ends and things a better, I guess, a better, I don't know. They're picking targets better in the second level. Um, the downside is, with a one-on-one blocking strategy, if there's a mismatch where the defender is just better than your blocker, like it's probably not going to be easy to keep a whole team of great blockers. So if you have like a weakness at guard, you don't have a lot of options for covering up that weakness other than scheme wise, like run away from him, you know, go away from your weakness on the line. Hopefully he has a good player or two here or there. But overall, like if this was a huge mismatch in favor of the defense, that guy's gonna continuously get beat by it versus, hey, just bring the center over and help out. It's a trade off. After I thought about it too, it I kind of liked it even more with the idea that by making it simpler, blocking assignments and pre-block target AI, making it simpler, it also makes it so that you can understand it easier, and then you can use it to game plan. So I think it's the best logical solution to the problem. So I think I licked that problem. I think I got it. There's gonna be some weird. You'll see some weird stuff once in a while, but it won't be totally bizarre. It won't. It'll still make sense when you think about it logically, but you still may see a scenario depending on where the defense lines up and where your offense lines up, especially in overload plays like this where we've overloaded to this side, where a guy like this receiver might like run way over here to get somebody in the secondary, or like this guy, maybe he'll block him, he'll go all the way up and try to get the safety maybe. Um, they're not going to be nearly as bad as it was though. The other thing, what's the other thing I did? Oh, the thing we're going to test today. This is what we're going to test today is lead blocking. I turned lead blocking back on. And I actually changed it a bunch today. Let me see if I still have it in there. I don't have it in there. All right, doesn't matter. There's my lead blocker. What I changed on lead blocking is in the desktop dynasties it's out now. Lead blocking is just a route. It's just like blitzing. They're gonna run. This lead blocker is gonna run till he gets here, and once he gets here, he's gonna switch to open field blocking, and that's where he just starts looking around for somebody to hit. One thing we saw and we still see in desktop dynasties is, especially on sweeps, that when you take the lead blocker, like let's say I was going to sweep to this guy here, and this guy was going to come all the way around and lead block. What you would often have is the blocker would come across here, somebody would come free in the middle, but the blocker would just ignore him and continue to his path, and the guy coming up the middle would just hit the receiver as soon as he got the ball. That doesn't make any sense. You know, if you got this convoy of blockers, those guys should be able to hit anybody that comes in and tries to get your ball carrier. So that's the big change on lead blocking now, and that's what we're going to test today. Is I'm going to throw a bunch of scenarios at it, and we'll see how they react. Um, but the blocker now is always on this route. He's always looking for free runners. I call them free runners. Defenders who are not being blocked and have a free shot at the ball carrier, or at the blocker himself. And what they'll do is if they see a free runner within a certain range, I mean, they're not going to break their route to go block the safety up here. But if they see a free runner, they'll instantly target that guy and go into open field block mode. So maybe he may be here. If this guy was blitzing, he may get, like, say his block route was all the way out here. It was like a total convoy type block. He gets here, this linebacker's blitzing in. He'll break off his block route here and go get that guy so the running back can continue on. I think that's going to work a lot better. If nobody comes, it's the same as before. He'll get to the end of his route and he'll just turn into an open field blocker there, and then go find somebody to hit while the running back just takes off. So that's the big change for today. In fact, let me make a super convoy. Like, I'll have him lead block all the way out to there. What else are we gonna check? So we'll keep looking at run blocking and run blocking assignments. I think those are mostly good though. We're gonna check lead blocking. Oh, we're gonna start looking at, I didn't do any logic stuff on this, but we're gonna start looking at open field blocking. So when they do switch, everybody switches to open field blocking when the running back gets to the end of the route. And then, of course, what I just explained about the lead blocker. But when the running back gets to the end of the route, everybody goes into open field block mode, and we're going to start looking at that. I didn't do anything with that logic yet, but I turned it on. Open field defense has been turned on now. Maybe if we see some weird pathfinding issues, we might take a look at that too. The pathfinding's fairly straightforward though. It's usually role and play assignments that are causing any weird, like players running off into weird directions. That's usually has to do with the specific role AI and not the pathfinding AI. But we'll start looking at some of this stuff, and I'll take notes when I'm looking at the video, and we'll see what we got to fix. All right, so there. That's what we're looking at today. Well, let's run this play. Let's run this play and see what happens. I'm going to leave everybody equal, so everybody's 50 skill on everything. I'm not looking at if I can push players left or right anymore. Now I'm just basically like, are you doing the right thing and making the right decision? So we're going to leave the teams equally matched for now. All right, so here we go. Oh, I fixed a bunch of those little button bugs too. That was there were just some, null errors type of things. All right, so lead blocker right there. Nobody to block. All right, so that wasn't actually super interesting. Let's make it more interesting. Let's take this guy and let's blitz him. Actually, let's do this. Let's blitz him and let's blitz the middle linebacker. I gotta do something with these handles. Yeah, this is getting super annoying. Um, Back in zone. Let's put him on. Let's make a man. Blitz. I gotta get that stupid handle out from behind him. The collider of the guy is blocking me being able to. Alright, let's just leave him at. Actually, let's put him in man then. Why not? Reset. Now can I? Oh, good. Alright. Got his handle finally out in front. I gotta fix that. So let's send both of these guys way over here and see if the lead blocker does anything with that. Oh, he already had a block. He already had somebody blocking. Oops. He's coming around. Yeah, see? Alright. So that's something. So that, I think this guy's, when he's checking for targets, is eliminating targets who are already being blocked. But he's being blocked technically because somebody has picked him up, but that guy has missed his block. So maybe I need, so future Sean, if he's a free runner, maybe pick him up even if somebody's trying to block him. Because this is a good example of what I don't want. He's free. He should just stop and blast that guy, even if somebody's trailing him. Let's see what's going on out here. He's trying to block. Oh, because they're evenly matched, he's just getting around him. That's all that's going on there. Okay, let's try something else now. Actually, I didn't even think of this. Let's try this. Let's use the same formation. Let's do a quarterback run. No lead block. I don't know. I haven't tried any quarterback runs with this engine yet, so let's see how it works. So we'll send him way out. We'll put running back 2. Yeah, see, look at that. I can't even get that. How did I get it before? Yeah, I gotta fix that. Let's do this then. Let's make it alternate. Oh, I crashed it. Alright, hang on. I gotta clean this interface up a lot. Alright, so let's, oops, I crashed it again. I forgot I can't switch plays until I've loaded them. Alright. That. Just load them. I'm not going to actually do that though. Let's do the alternate so I can get all my handles. We'll do run. Back 1. Lead block. We'll send him way out here. We'll just do like a crazy quarterback sprint way out. We'll have him go like right there maybe. Now we'll have him go way out here too. Now let's take the quarterback. Let's run him back here first. And then kind of like that, just to get a little timing so that the blockers get out there. I don't know, let's try that. We'll save that. I have no idea how this is going to work, so let's see. Everybody got past their lineman. That's kind of funny. All right, let's amp up the lineman a little bit. I'm not interested in that. I want to see how these blockers go. Blockers. Alright, so they both got to the end of their route, and then they're running up to get their guy. Okay. Let's change the defense up. That didn't look like they picked up, unless those are guys. Oh, they're covering them. Yeah, I think that I think there's that issue where if somebody's already trying to block them, they're not going to get picked up. I don't know that I love that. Blockers. Yep, there was a free guy. He went to pick him up. Okay, so that works. The issue is they're not going after free runners. They're not going after the free runners because the free runners that have somebody assigned to block them, like that guy. All right, that's easy enough to fix. I can do that. Let's try. That might be the same for open field blocking too. Let's try this. Let's make this. Make two. Lead block. Next node. Dang it! That is God in the dev environment. That's a lot easier to do. There. But I gotta fix that. That's getting super annoying. Runner. Stretch it way out. But let's also let's lead block the tight end too. Just a little bit. Actually, let's send him way out here just to see what happens. Maybe he'll like pick somebody up along the way, but otherwise he'll set up way out here for a nice angle on somebody. Let's change the defense back to the safe defense. Let's call this. And let's see what happens. Alright, so he went out. He got all the way out. He should have blasted that guy. I definitely need to fix that because I don't. Logically, it makes sense if a guy's being blocked, don't block him. But in practice, guys being blocked sometimes beat their guy, and I still want to block them. So, all right. So he's going. He's going. Open field block. Everybody get your guy. That seems to be working pretty well. Running back seems to be reading okay. Keep in mind he's got a 50. What do we get? Oh, we're at about 65. He's got like a 65. I don't know. Am I updating that? Let's give him 95. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Give like 60. All right. Let's change up the defense. Let's do this one. Ooh, that was a good block. He just missed it. Oh, that wasn't even a block. He wasn't going for that guy. Yeah, that's what's killing me. Going, that guy's. Yeah, because he's being counted as being blocked, but I think it's probably the center or somebody missed him. Yeah, that's going to be a huge problem. I got to fix that. Let's throw another defense out there. What was this one? Yeah, put the safety coming up in man. What is happening here? So that's a good block. That's good. That guy totally whiffed on his player, but that'll happen. let's do another. Let's do this. Let's do this play, but let's take the middle linebacker and let's blitz him. Wait, what did I just do? Blitz. Let's. There we go. Let's run him over here. Like maybe right there. Okay, yes, because that's stupid. Who is trying to pick him up? I think it's the center. Yeah, no, it was the guard, but in any case, that's that's just a huge. That's not what I want. All right, what else can I do? Knowing that that's going to be an issue. What can I do? I still want to test this. Let's do this. So all the linemen now they're matched up. Let's take him. Let's blitz him because I want him to be. Let's blitz both of these linebackers so I get just a massive overload. And somebody should pick him up. Let's take this corner and let's drop him in a zone so he stays over there even if I line him, even if it's a man. You know what? And let's take the free safety. Let's blitz him too. Let's just overload the heck out of this side and see what happens. Line. All right, so he's going. He did break a little bit early, I think. Let's check it again. So he stops right at the line, it looks like. Oof, that's close. Let's bring some of these blitzers in tighter. Yep, he broke right there. Okay. All right, so here's something. This is probably good to look at. One of one of the checks I do in this is the play. I had mentioned this before. Is that free runner um, close enough for me to care? And what I'm using right now, I think, is 4 yards. But if you look at it, let's say it happened right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty close. I think I need to extend it to at least like 6, maybe. So like if he's here and there's open field between him and this linebacker. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he doesn't notice it till right here. It feels like it's too late. 6 might be a good place to start. It might be too much. But if I was gonna, I mean, I could go 5 and try to thread the needle, but I feel like if I'm gonna be wrong, I'd rather the guy be too conservative and pick up blitzers, pick up free runners too soon rather than too late. Because keep in mind, when I get to working on the defensive AI, the defense is going to be slippery. So it feels like we're setting it up so the offense can dominate the defense, but I'm going to give the defense some tools here. And I think the offense having this little bit of extra time to put a body on them they're going to need it. Let's try that. All right, so future Sean, change that distance to 6. Let's run it again, but watch the distance between the two when this guy decides to block him. So there he goes. Right there. Yeah, that's 4 yards. It's too close. I don't like it. I just don't like that. He should have already gone out after him. Yeah, I don't like that. All right. Oh, can I test anything else? So I gotta increase the distance. I gotta allow lead blockers to go after guys who are already being blocked, but they beat their blocker. Let's look at open field blocking a little bit. All right. I can keep using this. This is fine. Let's just change the blitz angle so that it becomes more of an open field. What did I just do? Shoot. I break it somehow. I did, didn't I? This thing is so touchy. Yeah, I gotta fix this stupid thing. Alright, let's blitz again. Alright, so let's just send these guys over here. Not so they get the running back, but so I get a really good... They're all going to be involved in open field blocking. Oh god, that's... Oh, I gotta fix that. That is so annoying. Alright, so all these guys are going to be involved in open field blocking. Go. Before we go find a guy. Actually, that doesn't look so bad. He gets him. He gets him. He just whiffs on his guy, but he found the right guy, I think. I'll check the tape, but I think they're finding the right guys. Let's move him around a little bit. Let's send him way up. Let's have him come down a little bit and see if it messes up my logic. What was that guy doing? Let's try that again. Somebody was doing something weird. What is he doing? He got the right guy, but what was that loopy? What in the world is he doing? Oh, he's trying to stay between the runner. Oh, I don't know if I love that. What he's doing is he's trying to. So he's coming out. He's balancing two values. There's a value for, hey, get as close, go get the guy you're blocking. There's also a value for stay between the guy you're blocking and the runner. So when the runner's way over here, that's a straight shot and it looks good. But when the runner starts to get over here, he's adjusting, running towards his target to stay between the target and the runner. It looks weird, but that's probably the right thing to do. God, that looks weird. Look at that. Right? He's out of position. Well, now he's back in position. God, that is so weird. But that's the best block of the play. I mean, you can't argue with that. Watch this. He's got the best block for this play. That's weird. All right, let's. I think I got too many guys over there. Let's send him over here. I want to see. Let's get a little bit more realistic. Open field blocking. Got him. Got him. Yep. Got him. All right, so that's good. Let's mix. Let's move him back here a little bit and see if they wall it off or something. Gets his guy. Gets his guy. Gets him. He's just a little bit of an overload. That's not bad. Let's do something stupid. Just to see what happens. Let's have him lead block straight up the field. Up. Go get a guy. Oh, that's interesting. Why that guy? What is he doing? That's weird. I mean, that's a dumb blocking route, but let's send him on another dumb blocking route. Oh, because he's still looking for guys who aren't being blocked. Yeah, I got that's gonna mess everything up. I gotta change that. Hmm. Let's do a sweep. I just crashed it again. So touchy. Let's do an end around. Let's do. No, I don't want tight ends. I want wide receivers. Ooh, that looks good. Yeah, let's do that. Although I don't have any handoff AI, so I don't know how well this is going to work, but let's just see if the blocking looks. If we can somehow get the blocking to look reasonable, let's see what we see. Send that way out there. Maybe I'll get lucky and the pursuit AI actually is terrible right now, because I haven't done a whole lot with that. Oops, next node. Yeah, let's try it. Oh man, oh man, that was so bad. Let's give my offensive lineman a chance at least. Oh, that was so bad. Oh, I forgot. Oh my God, he's kind of good. Look at that. Actually, that open field blocking was kind of nice. I forgot I did this. In the current game, this is another thing that you guys will see if you play desktop dynasties at all. End arounds especially are notorious for this. The guys will run their routes. They don't care if there's a wall of defenders standing on their routes. They are determined to run their routes. So like on end arounds, you'll see your guy will run. There'll be a defender coming right at him, and the receiver will it's his route. He's gonna run straight into the defender. It doesn't matter if there's two of them there. I'm running my route. This is where my red line says I gotta go, so that's where I'm going. It's ridiculous. It's pretty primitive, um, running AI, especially for a guy who has the ball already, right? Sweeps are another one. If you do those really long sweeps, the running back will get the handoff. He'll start running. Two guys will come in to get him, and he's still running that route. He didn't care. Um, I have totally changed that now, and you'll see it right here. I'll run this again. If a guy gets through and has a clean shot and is within a certain distance, the guy with the ball is just like, forget this route, I'm going, and he'll immediately switch to open field running. Doesn't matter if he's like right here and he's got half the route left. Um, he's gonna switch. So watch. He gets to about here. Oh, that guy's gonna get me. I gotta get out of here. Now he's an open field runner, which is cool, but it's not really helping my testing of this play because this is a jailbreak. What in the world is happening with this line? Look at them. They're just killing me. Oh my god. What is happening? They're blocking. It's just one guy got through. Just that simple. He blew everything up. Somewhere over here. Yeah. That guy right there. Why is he so good? Oh, you know what it is? Oh, this is interesting. All right, I'm going to have to think about this. What's happening, and I wish you could see it, but let's make the QB the runner, and let's take this wide receiver one and make him a blocker. just so I can recenter the camera. Okay, so let's pretend that this guy's still the runner. The point of attack is right here. What's happening is this guy and this guy are both pushing their defenders. I guess on the video it's... Oh, this is getting really confusing. Anyway, these guys, because the point of attack is over here, everybody is pushing their defender over here. They're pushing this way. The problem is, while he's pushing this defensive end to the blocker's right, the ball carrier is also to the blocker's right because this is such a long running path. So effectively, the tackle and the guard are pushing their defender right into the runner. That is not a good idea. So somehow this blocking push system will probably work really well for any run that is not... Actually, it probably is going to work for any run that's not a wide receiver sweep or a end around. Because if the any run that starts within the tackles should be fine. Like, even if you did this and you said, okay, this guy is going to run this way. If we're going to take running back 2 and run him to the right, it's a long way to run, but it's probably still good if this tackle pushes his guy to the left. That's probably still appropriate. Now let's say if we did the quarterback sweep and we did that little loop and we ran him out to the left. In that case, it's probably still appropriate that this tackle pushes his guy to... Or the quarterback runs to the right. This guy pushes his guy to the left. That's probably still appropriate. The only time it's a bad idea is like if I take this guy or this guy and I run him on an end around to the left. It's a bad idea for these two linemen to push their guy to the right because he's still going to be to the right of the offensive line, and you're pushing these guys into him. So maybe the only check I need to have when I'm deciding where to push linemen is just how far away is the runner to the right or the left. Maybe that's it. So, like, do something like if my point of attack is to the left of me, is the runner within 5 yards? Is the runner farther to the left than 5 yards to the right of me? So that would mean he would look and say, okay, the point of attack's over here. Is the runner past this guy yet? So that would mean the wide receiver would need to be about here. So let's just say this running back, right? The wide receiver would have to clear this for the tackle over here to start pushing his guy away from the point of attack. If that is not the case, so let's say the wide receiver is still over here, he's going to just push forward. I think that could work. Maybe the distance is required. 5 yards might be too much. Maybe more like 4. So like maybe somewhere around the center. Yeah, probably more like 3 or 4 yards is probably appropriate. Because otherwise, so this guy's 4 yards from the center. Yeah, the tackles are 4 yards from the center. So in a case like where this running back runs, he's going to push up until the running back gets to the center, and then he's going to push to the side. That's probably okay. So 4 or 5 yards, something like that. 5 yards would be fine. I mean, it's not the end of the world if a guy pushes his guy forward for about a half a second and then starts pushing him to the side. That's not going to hurt anything. Because honestly, on these kind of running plays, we're not looking for holes. We're just looking for you to hold the guy so I can get around. You're not creating holes in the middle of the line. So I think that works. I think I'll do that. All right, future Sean, take a note. Put that in there. What else do we got to test today? I think that's it. I think I got enough for right now. I'll make those changes. Um, I think so. I'll make those changes. We'll look at these again tomorrow. But I think the next thing we're gonna look at is I either want to do defensive pursuit, but I think I'm going to hold off on defense until I have all of the offense installed. So let's maybe we just start going into pass protection and route running. Maybe we just start on the passing game tomorrow. That's probably a good idea. So we'll start with pass protection. We'll see what that looks like. And since route running really has nothing to do with pass protection, maybe we'll look at both of those at the same time. Because that way, one being in poor shape doesn't hurt the other one. Maybe that's what we'll do. All right. I think that's a good idea. Pass protection, route running, and then maybe we'll do some running plays just to make sure I fixed. If I'm not sure that I fixed the issues, we'll maybe just revisit a few of the running plays. But look forward to pass protection and route running tomorrow. So with that, I think we're going to call it a day. I'll get back to work. Yeah, can't think of anything else. So, see you tomorrow.